Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up. Today we are going to be talking about Turbo, right? There is some news that has come out. And of course, we are going to be going over the charts, but also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to compare Turbo to, certain types of meme coins. I know I've done this in the past, but I wanted to compare it to one in particular, which we will do very, very, very soon. So, first up, ladies and gentlemen, let's just jump right into the news, right? We can see that Zeke is now live on Turbo Swap, right? So you can, if you want to exchange, then you can do it, right? So something cool, always one of these updates will always impact, Turbo's price down the road, even if it's 0.5% difference. You know, all of these little updates, they all compound to something big at the end of the day, right? When we scroll down further on Turbo, right, we can see that Turbo is pretty much saying it's your chance to shine on Turbo Twitter page, right? Plan to launch a project on TurboChain. Got unique skills, right? Share your work or ideas in the comments, and one of them will be featured in the March spotlight. So that is fantastic. That is what we like to see, right? The reason why this is fantastic is because Turbo is engaging with the community, with people, people that have some kind of skills. So, they're reaching out, they're putting their hand out in the open, and then it's up to us if we want to, latch onto their hand. But that is pretty much it, right? Nothing too crazy. The weekend did just happen. Usually it is a little bit slower after that, right? During the weekend, a little bit after weekend, it's a little bit slow. But then the next couple of days, we usually do get some update. Plus, Turbo, regardless, compared to so many other meme coins, is pumping out way more updates. Small, medium, or big. Way more than most meme coins, right? Now, one of the coins I wanted to compare it to, right, is this coin right here, ladies and gentlemen, right? So we can see this Central African Republic coin came out yesterday, right? And don't get me wrong, I wish I bought into this coin. I wish I would have put my whole damn crypto portfolio somewhere very, very early. Because honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if you would have got in even the first 45 minutes, you could have made upwards of, potentially 100x, right? So that is crazy, right? But pretty much, the country officially, uh, you know, the Central African Republic officially came out with their own coin. And even though it is a fantastic opportunity to, make money very, very quickly, do a quick flip, at the end of the day, it's not going to sustain its price, right? Because there's nothing real behind it. I get it. Meme coins, generally speaking, have nothing real behind it, and that is the reality, right? And that's very, very true to a certain extent with Turbo too, right? At the end of the day, Turbo is a meme coin for most of it, but Turbo now is in multiple narratives. We know it's becoming a little bit more of a utility coin slowly and slowly, right? So it has more real worth at the end of the day compared to something like this, right? For me, these types of coins, they come and go, right? They come and go. But when we look at Turbo's price action, right, we can see we have held and done fantastic since pretty much the beginning of December of 2023, right? We see price, pumped, went sideways, pumped, went sideways, then mega pump. Then, of course, we were, building up. Then another nice pump from the August bottoms of 2024, right? And then we peaked, sometime in mid December, roughly when the Coinbase news came out. And then we got sold on, right? But the thing is, it's not just Turbo. As we know, it's literally the whole entire market, right? There's only been a few exceptions of, certain coins like this that pump, come and go, right? They never have a, some type of sustain, right? They just come and go. So, guys, success, it's not built overnight, right? Even just the way I know the markets work, it takes time to accumulate. It takes time to go sideways, right? I'm still super, super heavy and bullish on Turbo. For me, though, I will say this is the last big resistance, right? And we are aware of that. We are aware of that. But generally speaking, when I've talked about other coins, we do know, right, ladies and gentlemen, we do know that there are a lot of reversal signs in the markets for many, many altcoins, right? Altcoins that have utility, that are part of AI, that are part of, even top tier meme coins, real world assets, right? We see many reversals happening. And the same thing's true for Turbo. Now, when it comes to Turbo itself, right, taking away the whole market bias, right? If I was just looking at this alone as if it was a Forex pair, well, I would also be very, very confident because we would sweep the weekly lows, which is also, the monthly lows, which is also the last relevant 3 month candle, the last relevant 6 month candle, and obviously the yearly candles all the way like down here. But it swept all of its last relevant lows, and we can see the way the weekly candle has closed, right? It actually ended as a huge selling rejection. We did technically end as a selling candle. That's because we started over here at 0.0041, right? And at one point we were a little higher at 0.0044, right? But we can see that generally speaking, this whole candle, this weekly candle, most of it, most of it was selling candle while there's very little buying pressure, right? So we could see, right? Sure, buying pressure got rejected, but way more selling pressure did get rejected than the buying pressure. And for me, at the end of the day, the candle barely moved when it comes to the candle closing. So for me, that is an indication of it reversing very, very soon, right? Indication of it reversing very, very soon. I still believe we may get a tap of 0.0032, somewhere roughly here, before we go up. But I do think, once we do that, I believe there will be a big break. If I am wrong about this, then that means I'm probably wrong about the whole market, because that means the market would have to start reversing super, super heavily, right, ladies and gentlemen? It would have to start reversing super heavily, and that means each coin will pretty much start dying, which means altcoin will be canceled. Okay, like that's just how it is. Some people think it's already canceled. I mean, altcoin season never even happened, right? The bull run started, right, and now we're kind of in the phase of where we are retracing. But I believe this is a retracement for the big final pumps to come, right? For the actual altcoin season. Because when we go on the Bitcoin dominance index, guys, Bitcoin dominance has to break structure, right? Bitcoin dominance has to break structure for it to even be considered an altcoin season. You gotta realize altcoin season is just generally 4 to 8 weeks, and that's already pushing the timeline. You see over here when it was rejecting for many weeks and is sold off, right? Pretty much, let's just say mid-February, max until late, like mid-May, right? So 8 weeks, generally speaking, right? That's when all the fun was. We have to realize before we got there, we were, recovering, going up. Again, we went down. Then again, we went up. And then that's when we broke structure, struggled, sold, right? And it's going to be the same exact thing, right? Went up, down, we're going to go up, going to slam down, we're going to probably struggle, sell off super, super heavy. So it's the exact same thing that's looking to play out. Things may be delayed by a couple of months because I know some people I expected April, May to be also the peak time. We are already, almost mid-February, and there's no real indications of that just happening yet. So maybe in the summertime will be the first pump, and maybe in early 2026 will be, the final pump if we do get a double pump. At the end of the day, the timing is, super. It's not. It's a little irrelevant, right? 2 months this way or that way, or 3 months this way or that way. At the end of the day, as long as it happens, as long as we cash out, as long as we end up in that 3 to 5% that do make money, that is all that matters. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.